Hey, good morning. It's BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents. And we're getting in a short ride today because looks like we're going to get some really serious rain starting this afternoon and probably Thursday and Friday too. It's like 70-80%, you know, so won't be much chance to ride the next couple of days. So we decided at least to get in a short ride. So we went up the Pikes Peak Greenway. Right now we're on the Vincent Street Access Trail or something like that. I can't remember. I don't know if they actually have an official name for this little bit of concrete. Yeah, so all right, yeah, and doing another camera test. I bet you guys are getting tired of these camera tests. But yeah, my daughter Jen nicely found the plastic case for my Hero 3, my GoPro Hero 3, and so I'm testing that one now, and it's a real good thing because my the GoPro Hero 0 that I was using before has some kind of major problem. It won't change screens, and when you turn it on, all it does is take photos. And I mean, I had it up to like 250 photos, you know. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm gonna have to get a real manual, and see if I can find a way to put it back to default or something. But yeah. So like I said, I'm using the Hero 3 now, which I kind of like a little better because it's a little lighter camera, a little easier to use, and it's got a better lens, and the screen on front gives you a bit more information than the GoPro Hero 0. So what I had to do was take off the back that came with the case, and I put on their back that has holes in it, so you know, you can actually record audio. Okay, well, we're heading down. Like I said, this is it's like the Vincent, like I said, Vincent Street Access Way Trail or something like that. I don't know. It's just a little bit of concrete that takes you over to well, it's a bit of odd trail we're coming up on because if you go to when you get over here to the stop sign, if you go to your left, oh, what's the name of that road? Can't remember. But if you go to your right, you're on Nevada Avenue. So, can't remember the name of the other street. It's got a little odd name, so it's hard for me to remember. Oh, Dublin, yeah. Dublin Boulevard, yeah. So if you turn left, you go up Dublin. And if you turn right, you work your way down a little bit of Dublin, and then it turns into Nevada Avenue. Okay, so this is what it's actually called, is the Vincent Frontage Road. So this would be the Vincent Frontage Trail. It also has a bike lane, but it has a lot of traffic, so Joe and I would just as soon stay off the bike lane, or yeah, and just use the trail, which means that somewhere down the road we do have to use the sidewalk, which is kind of a bummer, but it's not a sidewalk where most people walk, so it's usually not a big deal. Yeah, it's still fairly clear over Pikes Peak. Do a little backward shot here, where we came from. Oh, got a bit of a big bump here, so camera's going to get jostled a bit. Yeah, they don't do well on street to trail transitions here in Colorado Springs. Some of them are really rough, and that one's pretty rough. Like I said, technically we're still on Dublin. When we get down here to the bike crossing, we'll and we cross over on the other side because the trail ends on this side. Then we're on Nevada Avenue. Because Nevada Avenue actually used to turn into I-25 North, but they built this frontage road, and I guess they decided to keep, you know, everything up that way, up this way under Dublin, and then anything down this way is Nevada. Seems like an odd thing to do. Seems like they should have just renamed this Dublin Boulevard, but they didn't do that. So, okay, so now we got to get across here. That's I-25, and that's Pikes Peak right there. Sorry about the bumping up and down, but like I said, they don't do transactions well here. A little different view there. Coming up to about here. Go up a little bit. Get back to Joe's head here. Then we'll cruise up on her and let her say hi. And like I said, that's Pikes Peak up there. Still pretty clear. We were really worried because it clouded over really quick. And of course, I'm in a big, you know, we're in kind of a hurry to get out, you know, so we can get back early before the rain comes in. And I have a flat tire, yes. So if they tell you marathon tires don't get flats, they lie. They don't get flats very often, but they do get flats. Now I will say I don't have the pluses on my trike. Joe has the big apples up front, but she's got a Marathon Plus on the back. So she's got the maximum puncture protection on the back, which is good because that's where her E-hub motor is, and it's a pain in the bottom end to change that thing. Okay, I got to be a little careful here as we're going downtown. Here's kind of the massive unscenic view of I-25. And then up here, I can't think of the name of this thing. It actually has a name, you know, like the Needles Rock or something like that, but I don't think that's exactly what it is. But it's a park. It's part of Ute Valley Park, one of the bigger parks here in Colorado Springs. I don't do much with it because it's prone to snakes, you know, like rattlesnakes. Don't like rattlesnakes. One of the things I really like about this particular ice trike, the one I ride, is that it has the older style drum brakes instead of discs, and they are really, really easy to use. You know, if you have to use one side, you know, a disc always wants to pull to that side, but the drum brake will stay straight. Yeah, like I said, sadly we're stuck on the sidewalk for a little while till we get back up to the southern part of Nevada Avenue here. We'll call it the Nevada frontage. And that turns back to double wide. And then we have to pick up a really old asphalt trail we call the Cracked Trail. Not crack, but cracked with an ED. because it's really old asphalt and it's got some pretty good sized cracks in it. Joe's pretty safe because her Big Apples up front are 2.0s and her tire in back is at 1.75. Well, all three of mine are 1.50s, so they're not the thinnest, but they are pretty thin. So I have to be a little careful in some of those cracks, because they're pretty good size. Do a over this shoulder look. As you can see, this road may be a frontage road, but it has a lot of traffic. So Joe and I don't particularly care to use the bike lane here. Looks like they're having a rider's training class at Harley Davidson dealer up here. That's cool. We rode motorcycles for 40 years. And we rode Harley for 4. Our Harley Davidson was our last bike. And so it's good to see they're got new riders, you know. And these riders look younger, you know, because Harley was really getting worried about you know, that all of us old guys that I mean, I'm 68. You know, all of us old guys were getting so old we didn't want to ride anymore. And for a while, the young folks weren't showing up, you know. So Harley was getting pretty worried that they were starting to lose some sales and stuff. But I think it's pretty much come back up. You see a lot of people, you know. BMW dealer here, Winslow BMW of Colorado Springs. Little tower here, the Tower of Power. It's one of their little e-cars. Everybody has an e-car now. I don't think much of e-cars. You know, I mean, yeah, I know Joe rides an e-bike, an e-trike rather, but you know, you're talking about one small battery, you know. Where on a car, you got huge batteries. And if anything goes wrong with that battery and you don't have it under warranty, that battery is going to cost you almost as much as you paid for the car. So I got no interest in e-cars whatsoever. We're going to ride by the University of Colorado Springs here, otherwise known as UCCS. UCCS. There's this Pinnacle Rock or whatever they call this thing. And you see there's some hikers up top. Now they're so small you won't see them, but yeah, there's actually some hikers up top there. Now the telephone pole's in the way. I'm having too many obstructions. Here we go. Here's a good spot. So yeah, like I said, I don't remember what they call this, but it's part of Ute Valley Park, and it does have a name. Like I said, it's like Pinnacle Rock or Pinnacle Peak or something like that. Okay, now we're on the double wide part again, and we're going to be heading to Nevada. Well, actually, we're on Nevada right now. This is still the frontage road, and now we're going to turn on to actual Nevada Avenue, the one that turns it. Yeah, the one that turns into I-25 if you head north. Like I said, this is the cracked trail, as we call it. Basically, it's just a, you know, kind of an access trail, because they used to have a coffee house over there at Harley, and yeah, you can kind of see why we call it the cracked trail. It's got a lot of cracks, and when it gets hot, they expand a little bit. Some of them are pretty big. They'll swallow my tire. Okay, you've probably seen enough. Oh, there's a big one right there. I better move. And this is where we're heading right now. This is the University Village, Colorado Center. That's what we call it. They just call it the University Village of Colorado, but we call it the University Village because it's actually a shopping center. You know, it has restaurants and all that kind of stuff, but it's still a shopping center. Like I said, thank goodness this is UCCS up here. Their football and soccer field. Okay, I don't see nobody there. Let's go. This is an intersection that's not used very much, so we're using the newly passed Idaho stop law that says bicyclists can treat, if there's no traffic in the intersection, bicyclists can treat a stop sign as a yield sign and a stop light as a stop sign. We just have to make sure there's no traffic and we can go. So for that one, you know, that one's mainly, you know, it's for people to get to and from UCCS. So if they're in classes and stuff, they don't really, you know, there's no traffic. So, and since it's probably somewhere between 11 and noon, there's not that much traffic, so they haven't got out for lunch yet. But yeah, we're going to take a turn off in Nevada here and do the underpass that takes us over to Panera Bread in the University Village Center. That's the Colorado University Center for the Arts building up there. And that's a medical building up there of some sort. I don't know what the name is, but it's a medical building. And like I said, we're going to be going under Nevada here. All right, we are now in mountain lion country because that's the mascot for UCCS. Okay, well, hi guys. Sorry about that close-up there. I'm back. Gotta do a little tricky shifting here. So yeah, we're back on the Pikes Peak Greenway by Fountain Creek and Homeless Trash. Sorry about that. Got a bit of a little hill here to climb up to the Pike View Reservoir. I'm a little lower gear than I should be, but I want to make sure I get up the hill with holding the camera. That's Fountain Creek over there. Okay, yeah, so you guys have to let me know how the sound is. The GoPro Hero Zero had different openings on its back. These are larger for the GoPro 3, but they're not as either. That's Fountain Creek down there past the trees. Little dirt access road down by Fountain Creek. And this is the Pike Reservoir here. Not Pikes Peak, or not Peak, but Pike. I don't know why they call it the Pike, but that's what they call it. Okay, Joe. But, yeah. You see, because there's Pikes Peak. It's kind of funny they didn't call it the Pikes Peak Reservoir, but they didn't. Sorry about all the shifting here, but I gotta shift gears both sides. Guy back there has a homemade teepee. So, howdy.
Black geese up there.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of Fountain Creek down there, but not much. All right. Howdy. Okay, we got some Canadian geese here. Oh, we got a loon right there. Check him out. Canadian geese right here. Hello, guys. Yeah, this is just a water reservoir for this, one of the water reservoirs for the city of Colorado Springs. There's several. It's a pretty big city. There's Fountain Creek right there. Howdy. And a lot of people fish here. There's not very many people here today. There's some days where, you know, there's a dozen or more fisher, what do you call it, fishy people? Got to go downhill here, so I need to switch hands so I can have the brake on the proper deal here. Howdy. Because one thing I've learned about trikes, if you're going downhill, you can kind of trail, you know, just barely drag the brake on the side where the curve goes in, and it will basically bring you around. So, yeah. And the clouds are starting to build up a bit over the mountains. So, and we did, we've got in, we really like to get in at least 10 miles. And we didn't do that yesterday because it was just too hot. It was about 10 degrees hotter yesterday. So, we, went to the store and cut it short. Went straight home, put stuff away, and then went back to the storage area and put the trikes away. Yeah, so it's a Wednesday, and like I said, the weather is showing huge percentages of rain tomorrow and Friday. It's like 70% tomorrow and 60% on Friday. So we won't be doing any riding for the next 2 days at least. Saturday looks a little better. So we'll probably get out on Saturday. If not, Sunday looks a little better than that. So we'll be getting out by Sunday if nothing else. But yeah, so like I said, we're on the Monument Valley Trail, the part of the Pikes Peak Greenway. We're going to be going over here by the park, and well, not really a park per se. It's this is the Rick Gossage Sports Complex, and this is a little BMX track here, the old-fashioned style with dirt. You know, the dirt to the jump to the tabletops and the jumps and the ripples, and little guy and a little girl going for it. Yeah. I got to gear up here, so I got to switch hands. And like I said, Fountain Creek's over there. But like I said, this would be my first test with this setup, and like I said, I do like this camera a little better because it has, you know, well, it's newer, so it has newer features, and not a lot more features, but it just seems to work a little easier for some reason. The old one seems really overcomplicated. It doesn't really, the GoPro Hero Zero, as I like to call it. Seems like you got to push 1,000 buttons to get it to do what you want, and then half the time it skips over it. And I did something terrible to it. I don't know what I did to it, but now, like I said, when you turn it on, it just starts taking regular photos. And you know, I didn't think it would take more than about, you know, they have a setup for you know, like if you want 10 photos in a row, 20 photos in a row, 40 photos in a row, 60 photos in a row. But that's as big as that's as many as it said, and I was up to like 250, you know, or something like that. And I can't get it to go back to well, I can't get it to go back to settings, and I can't get it to you know, go back to single picture, single photo, or back to video. So I have no idea what in the world I did to it. And I don't have a full manual. I have a quick start guide that came with it, but it's no help at all. I was hoping they'd have a you know, put it back to factory standards type deal, where you could just, you know, push both buttons at the same time or something, and it would revert to factory setup. But that didn't work. So I may have totally messed it up. There's something I did to it, you know, and I can't blame anybody. It was me. I was trying to make some adjustments. Wanted to change the speed setting and wanted to get it over to take single pictures. And the weird thing about it is that when you know, if you're using the settings menu, it really should go from video as the primary to photo, single photo, and then go into the multiple photo. And that's not how it worked. It would bypass the single photo icon every time and go to the multiple, and then it got worse. Then I couldn't get it to go back to settings, and that's where I am right now. So forgive me, sometimes technology and I don't get along well. I curse my computer every day. I curse my internet. I curse my my streaming capability of my supposedly smart TV. It's not very smart. Constantly fighting with that TV, but it's getting old. And it was, you know, and it was just a bottom liner. It's a TCL bottom liner, 32-inch flat screen, you know, type TV. So may just be time to replace the silly thing. But I won't get a TCL, I can guarantee you that. I'll find some other brand, give them a try. I have found a couple of good things on it. There's this funny streaming app called Tubi, T-U-B-I, and they have a lot of old movies, especially old science fiction movies. So and old TV series. We've been watching this TV series called Farscape. It's a sci-fi, you know, outer space type deal, and it's actually been a pretty good show. We've really enjoyed it, you know, with the writers on strike and the TV and movie stars on strike, you know. It's like, this is great, you know. We can watch a show we've never seen before. And Joe and I both like, we both like science fiction. Although my poor wife would probably like to see a romance every once in a while. But I'm okay with romance as long as there's sword play, or somebody's blowing something up, or then romance is just fine, okay? But if it's just romance to romance, especially if it's, you know, girl romance or bro romance or any of that kind of stuff, no, I have no interest. This is the start for the Templeton Gap Trail off of the Pikes Peak Greenway. Little playground here, baseball fields. Now you guys have been through all this before, so I'll just kind of keep the camera on Joe and I and not try to bore you too much. And right now we're running right along Fountain Creek, but there's so much weeds and tree growth because of the rain that you can't see it. Or you can, sometimes you get a sneak peek, but that's about it. And just for a second. Downward view here. This is, it's funny, you know, this is it's all concrete here, but it's really bumpy. Which is strange because the, you know, it's smooth looking and there's no big cracks, there's just a little tiny crack, but it's real bumpy. Bump, 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 bump. You can probably hear the bump, 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 bump. Yeah, I just decided that no matter how imperfect this handheld camera is, this is the way I'm going to do it. I like this. I like being able to get the different views. You know, I like to be able to talk to you guys. Because I couldn't do that before when I had it mounted out front. Because originally I was going to try to mount the hard mount onto the trike, the GoPro 3 up front, and then the GoPro Hero 0 in the back. But you know, I'm not the world's best editor. In fact, I'm pretty terrible at it. I wish I was a lot better. There's a little better view of Fountain Creek there. Like I said, technically I guess up here it's actually Monument Valley Creek. As it gets as it rolls south and it gets past the actual city of Colorado Springs, because it goes through it, then it turns into Fountain Creek as it heads towards the town of Fountain, down to Pueblo, which is about 40 miles south of Colorado Springs, and then into the Arkansas River that goes east and west down outside of Pueblo, and then it hits the Arkansas River. There's a few feeder creeks that go into the Monument Valley and Fountain Creek, and that's Cheyenne Creek, Douglas Creek. Those are the only ones I know. There might be more. That's Fillmore Street Bridge up there. So, yeah, so I'm probably going to stop up here before we, well, actually it's not true. I think I'm going to go ahead and take you all the way. We're going to run down to the, howdy? We're going to run down to the Fontenot Street trailhead, and spin around there, and then, excuse me, head back to home. Well, head back to the storage area. We've been real lucky because they've been talking about a 60 or up to a 60% chance of rain today, but so far it's held off here, you know. But like I said, if you look at it, there's some pretty ugly clouds starting to come over the mountains, so it won't last much longer before it catches up with us. Yeah, I gotta switch gears here. We like to let people know we're coming. Nice patio area here. A little fountain. I probably caught this one not too long ago. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we should be safe. So we're going to go over to Panera, get some iced tea, and eat our brown bag lunch. So we'll be turning you all off. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? We'll be letting you go so you can eat lunch wherever you are. That sounds better. Have a good one. And yeah, so like I said, we like this particular place because all right. So like I said, from BJ and Joe and out in the back on the recumbents, we'll let y'all go get yourself something to eat. All right, be back later. Bye, guys. Thank you. Get off me. That was one big ugly grasshopper that jumped on me. He was ugly. He was big too. I'm lucky I didn't get spit at because he was right at me. Don't like the feel of grass. I know they won't really hurt you. The worst thing they can do is spit at you, but I just don't like the feel of grasshoppers, man. They have kind of a, I don't know, kind of an icky feeling. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, like I said, right now we're passing Polk Street. Normally this is where we would turn, but we're not turning. We're going, gotta keep going on the trail here, down to the trailhead, and then we'll turn back. So with the trailhead, I'll call it a day for the video, because I do need to get a new battery for this one, because the battery doesn't last as long as it was lasting in the GoPro Hero Zero. Sorry for the yawns, but I guess it's my age. As it starts to get towards afternoon, I get a little sleepy. Downhill. Coming up to a bridge here. This bridge goes over the creek. This is one of the more wooded areas. We have very little of these on our trails, which is really sad. You love seeing those trails in the, you know, in the Midwest and back east, you know, that have this kind of tree coverage for you know, for 30, 40, 50 miles, you know. We only get it in very short spurts, and this is one of them. And got a little Televex boarded platform here we have to cross because there's a marsh right here. It's really strange. You wouldn't think we'd be getting a marsh, you know, in Colorado, but yeah, it's a marsh. It's a big time marsh. Okay, had to switch hands. I got to get in my low gear because, baby, this is Little Diablo Hill. Joe told me the Spanish term for little, but I can't remember what it is. So this is Little Diablo. Little Devil. Because it don't look like much, but as you go up here, it gets steep. I'm up to 11.8, 12, 12.9, 13, 13.4, 13.5. Now I'm going slowly back down again. Yeah, so you know, for at least a short span, you got a 13.5 grade. That's a good grade. Nice thing about a trike though, you just put it into your lowest gear and spin easy. You don't have to kill yourself, you know. On a bike, you know, you got to keep enough momentum to stay up, you know, so you don't fall over. So you have to get up out of your saddle and, you know, work your way up, you know. Trike, you just sit back and relax and just spin. If you want to go quicker, you know, you spin faster, but if you just, I'm not in any hurry, so we're going by the Catholic Church. You can hear the bells. All right. Yeah, a lot of people out today for a Wednesday. Surprising. Of course, right now, you know, people might be out on those real dedicated types, be out on a lunch ride. I'm going to cruise in here behind Joe and get myself a drink. Kind of nice today. The last few days have been, you know, between 90 and 95. Today's only in the 80s. Although there is a bit more humidity. That taller building over there is our apartment complex where we live, but okay, Joe. Sorry, a little bit of that water went down the wrong tube. But because Joe's trike is a little wider, and on top of that, she has quick release wheels up front, and the quick release levers make it too wide to get through our apartment complex doors, so we can't do anything. That guy's cheating because he's got a gas motor. Sorry, but if you got a gas motor, you're cheating. Or if you've got a throttle and you're only using the throttle on your e-motor, you're cheating. Unless you have a medical condition that you know, I mean, if you've got Parkinson's or ALS or MS or, you know, any of those kind of things, you know, where you know, you just basically run out of all energy to be able to do anything, well, then it would be very advisable for you to have both pedal assist and a throttle. That way you can make sure you get home, you know, get back to your car. So, you know, so if you need it, then I got no problem with having a throttle. But if you don't need it, then I got a problem. You know, to me, you're lazy. You're not getting any benefit at all. If you don't at least pedal a little, you're just not getting any benefit. And we're still technically on the Monument Valley Pikes Peak Greenway. Well, Monument Valley Trail Pikes Peak Greenway. And like I said, a lot of times we go all the way over to the Mesa Springs Greenway, and but today, because the clouds are building up and they're starting to get a whole bunch darker, Because before, the clouds weren't building up right over the mountains. They were kind of coming over and then building up as they went east. Now it's funny, now they're starting to build up over the mountains, and they're thinning as they go east. So just the opposite. But these are darker looking. These looks like they might get a little serious on us here. And like I said, we're still going by Fountain Creek. Of course, it's way down there where you can't see it. But yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed today's ride and camera test. Like I said, if this works, this is going to be the setup right here. I'm very happy with it. I just like the fact that I can give you more than one view. Before, it must have got really boring, you know, just only seeing the front. Now, like I said, with this one here, I don't know how far the, you know, how strong my voice can be the further I get the camera away. So that's why you'll hear the fluctuation in my voice. Yeah, for a while it was kind of nice to have the clouds because, you know, they give you a little bit of shade. But now they're getting enough. They've got enough moisture into where they're starting to bring up the humidity. And we Coloradoans are complete wimps when it comes to humidity, you know. Normal humidity for us is, you know, like under 20%. So when it starts to get 30, 40, 50%, you know, we're like, ah! Where, you know, if you were living in southern Illinois or Wichita, Kansas, or Joplin, Missouri, or any places like that, or back east too, from what I hear, you know, you got 90-degree temps with 95% humidity. That's rough on us Coloradoans, man. It just about kills us. Had a really good friend that passed away. His name was Roger Houston. And he and his, this is the Fontanero Trailhead, part of the Legacy Loop, as they call it. The Legacy Loop is a 10-mile trail that goes around the inner town of Colorado Springs. And it's almost complete. Not quite. Now, normally we go in here and we do a little racetrack pattern, which Joe will have to do that today because I got the camera on. So I can't hot rod like I normally do. But we just go, you know, around the parking lot here. It's a real shame. This was going to be a really nice setup. It was going to have, you know, full restrooms and a fancy entryway and all kinds of nice stuff, you know. And I guess they ran out of money, which the city does a lot, it seems. They put together a grand project and then you only get about a quarter to a half of what they say they're going to give you, you know, when they show it being built. And yeah, normally I race around here, you know. I lean all the way out, you know, and try to go as fast as I can. But with the camera in my hand, I can't do that. One-handed makes it a little hard to lean real good. Don't know if you can see it, but that mountain over there with all the antennas, that's Cheyenne Mountain. Okay, well, that's your tour of the Fontanero Trailhead. So when we get over here, I'm going to stop in the shade and shut this all down. Forgive me. Excuse me. Woo. But if you're new, hey, thanks for riding along. If you're one of our subscribers, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate you subscribing. That's the continuation of the Pikes Peak Greenway Monument Valley Trail, but it turns to dirt down there. Okay. Yeah, so as the Doors would sing to you, this is the end. The end, my friend. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for you. Don't want to mess you up your day. Alright, so this is BJ and Joe Ondo, and we're out and about on the recumbents. That's also our YouTube page and our blog on blogspot.com, out and about on recumbents. So check them both out if you get a chance. We would absolutely love it if you become a subscriber. Please hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Hit the thumbs down if you don't, and leave me a note. Let me know what it is you don't like, and we'll see what we can't do to, try to make it a little better for you. Can't do everything, but we'll try. If you want to be advised on when our next new video comes out, click on the bell logo icon, and basically that'll set you up to be notified for when our next video comes out. Well, we're going to leave you with our normal thing, Well, maybe two of them. It's enough to be on your way. It's enough just to cover ground. It's enough to be moving on. Good words by James Taylor. The last part, always remember, hey, ride low, ride slow, and ride recumbent. Bye for now.